Hangouts Air is live. I think, yeah, we are live. So hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Allie and I am chatting with Venesa from Shadowlight Tarot today. So say hello, Venesa.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, so you can find Venesa on, you only have a Facebook page, right?
Yes, and I just started Instagram too.
Oh yeah, is it Shadowlight Tarot on Instagram?
I think so. If it's not Instagram, you can find it by my name too.
Venesa. Okay, so I have a link. Well, I have your Facebook page link below in the show notes, so people can find you. But yeah, so Facebook and Instagram. So Venesa, you are pretty new to tarot, am I right? Or at least professionally. So tell us a bit about how you got started.
Well, like most people, I would get readings on a regular basis over the years. And I had a friend give me a deck of cards for my birthday years ago, and I didn't really know what to do with them, just sort of kept them around for fun. And I had, I forget what year it was, but I had two separate readers tell me that I should be doing it professionally. And when the first one said it, I sort of, brushed it off. When the second one said it, I thought, well, let's check it out. And so I went and got some lessons from Liberty at Lobelia's Lair downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And after about, I think, 4 or 5 lessons, she said, okay, now go do it. Didn't really know exactly how to, just go do it. I wasn't really sure how to start, but I was doing sort of 1-card weekly readings for a group of friends.
Yeah.
And so one of those friends came to me after I think it was about a year or two. She said, would you do a reading for me and some coworkers? And I said, well, I haven't really done full readings, but sure, I'll give it a shot. And it went shockingly well. All 3 of them were really happy, to the point one woman got emotional. So
that's always good.
Yeah, it was sort of I was happy, but I felt bad that she was emotional. So that afternoon I started my Facebook page, and that was it.
Nice. And what deck? You said you got 1 deck as a gift. Do you have more than 1 now?
I have a few.
As do we all.
Yeah, I don't have quite as many as you yet. The first deck that I got, it's the Goddess Tarot by Chris Walder.
Okay, yeah.
So I was using that. It's a really good starter deck, but it got to the point where the cards sort of stopped talking to me. As a reader, I don't know if you understand that term a little bit more, where it's just it just wasn't a little bit bland.
I have had decks that I've just used to the point where it was difficult to see new messages in old images.
Yeah.
So I find bringing in a new deck just gives you that fresh perspective and kind of new eyes in a way. And I've had that experience.
And then for a while I moved on to Oracle of Visions. I was having trouble memorizing all of the cards in the traditional tarot, so I thought using an Oracle deck for a while would help me just build up my intuition rather than trying to memorize everything.
Oracle of Visions, that's the Ciro Marchetti one. Yeah. Oh,
this one.
Yeah.
So pretty.
It is. So I love his images. The only deck I have by him is his first, the Gilded Tarot.
Yeah, I've seen that one. I want that one.
But I want the Legends of Divine, and then he's working on a new one right now. Oh, and I have that's not true. I lied. That's a lie. I have his Lenormand Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck that was gifted to me, which I love. I don't know if you've ever played with Lenormand decks. Have you?
I've never heard of them. No.
Yeah, they're in I hadn't really heard of them until maybe about a year or so ago. And then they just kind of exploded on the market with all these different decks. And it's very structured. Like tarot has a very specific structure, but it's totally different from tarot. Like it's a whole new system altogether. So I'm still a beginner. I'm still learning, but it's and they're much more fortune telling cards than they are. I don't know, tarot is more like, how did you describe it when we were chatting yesterday? Like spiritual counseling or something?
Yeah, I call it metaphysical counseling. It's not really fortune telling. I do have the past will come up sometimes in the readings, but it's more of, this is a problem. Sometimes it's a new problem. Sometimes it's been around for a while, but you need to deal with it.
Yeah.
And sorry, my nose is running a little bit. Sometimes the cards will give me advice on how the person will fix it, and other times it'll be, you already know how to fix it. This is the kick in the pants to go do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Try to be kind with it when that's the message.
Sure. Yeah. So let's tell everybody how we met, because I can't believe it's been like 9 years now.
Something like that. Well, hopefully, it might be almost 10, because I'm 32 now. I think I was in my 20s.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like it was that long.
No, it doesn't.
I count the years and I'm like, holy smokes. Yeah, it's been 9 or 10 years since we met. So yeah, we met at the Wicca 101 course in Nanaimo. And then we did our graduating ritual together, which I remember nothing except from the photos.
I have my copy of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you remember? Does anything stand out from that course in your mind, or is it all like?
Not the course itself, but that ritual stands out in my mind, because at the time I thought it was, that was a traditional Wiccan ritual, and in hindsight, we added so much stuff that's never in the ritual. It was so much longer, and then I had to write the thank you to all the teachers. So I thought, yeah, I'll write it, and then I realized, oh crap, I have to get up and read it in front of everybody. And it was right after we did that sparkler thing of like passing on knowledge, and I couldn't see because I was seeing spots from the sparkler.
I had to do the opening, so I was the speaker going is it Deosil?
Deosil, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I was the sweeper. I opened the circle or set the circle, whatever. Yeah, no, that was fun. Like, cause we met some good friends. Like, we've been there, connected, like with Kat and Devin, and yeah, it was good. That's what I liked about our temple too, was that they were just so like open-minded, like so welcoming. Outsiders could come and observe, and it was just so very transparent, open, and like anything goes. Like, do what works for you and reject the rest. Like, I really like that about the temple. I miss it. So you're still in Nanaimo, and I am now in Victoria, which is, for those who don't know the area, it's about two hours south. So different city. Mm-hmm. So you were telling me that you aren't a Wiccan, but a heathen. Yes. So tell us a little bit about that.
Heathenry is the easy way of saying it is like the Viking religion for people who don't understand the different stuff. So it's the Norse tradition. So it's Scandinavia, Sweden, Germany, things like that.
So are you doing anything for Halloween? Does that tie into
it? Traditionally it doesn't, but it was the one Wiccan thing that I can't totally get away from because I love it so much. But it has a different meaning for me. So traditionally, Samhain is in the Wiccan tradition, has to do with the ancestors. For me, it's sort of the starting of the veil thinning. So it's more of the chaotic forces. So it's sort of a reminder that chaos can be a good thing if you channel it to your advantage. That's sort of the meaning that I hold for this time of year.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah.
And then, sorry?
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, and then moving on, Yule, that's something that the Wiccans and the heathens, we have the same thing. But that is more, Yule is more of our Samhain. It's sort of our time for the ancestors.
Okay. Ancestors. So is there like, I don't want to say, is worshiping the dead the wrong way to say that?
Nope. No? Sometimes honoring or venerating.
Yeah, right. I always set an altar. I haven't done it yet, but hopefully I'll get to it before the middle of the month, and I'll set my Samhain altar, and I just have some photos of both my husband and I lost our fathers young, so we'll have photos of our dads and then of our grandparents, and then I just put a few kind of Halloween-y things like some pumpkins and some candles, and it just sits there till November, and then I'll take it down. Yeah. Yeah, cool. So Yeah, so you were saying you practice is it heathenism?
Heathenry.
Heathenry
Yeah.
with a Wiccan twist.
Yeah, just because that's where I started, so it's always going to be there a little bit. And
Sure.
while I was Wiccan, I developed a relationship with Hecate, who's a Greek goddess. And even when I moved over to heathenry, she was like, "Yeah, that's cool, but I'm coming with you." Her and Odin sort of get along really well. They like to sort of gang up on me.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I like it.
Yeah. Well, she was sort of honored in a few different places anyway. So to me, it sort of view her as, okay, here's where I'm going now type of thing.
Yeah, that's a goddess I know nothing about. So
Cool. She's she's one of the ones that's misrepresented a lot.
okay.
Especially with the New Age paganism, she's viewed mostly as the crone. So for people who don't know, Wicca is very much maiden mother crone. And in antiquity, when she was first worshipped back in the beginnings, she was always a maiden. But it sort of had to do with, I think it had to do with when paganism was being vilified, sort of, and they had to make everything scary. She sort of became the scary witch crone lady, and it stuck. And it stuck for some reason, but she's not that. She can show herself in that form, but she is more of the younger.
Okay. And what was her role in the Greek pantheon?
Oh, see, I'm bad with I know like what she is for me, but like it's a little bit tricky. But her most famous story was in the kidnapping of Kore, when the Persephone myth. She was the one that told Demeter what had happened, type of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she's always been the goddess of the crossroads, so the choosing your path and guiding you and things like that. And she carries things like torches and keys and a knife. So she's also a psychopomp, so she can go to the other side. She can commune with the dead or help you cross over, things like that.
Oh, neat. I just got I don't know if you've ever seen it, but the Fairies Oracle by Brian Froud. This one, it's backwards. I don't know, but that's the book that comes with the deck. And when you were saying that, it just reminded me of there's a card called Nellis the Alchemist, and that was kind of the vision that came in my mind, was someone who puts you on the right path. She's got like this long wand that I always envisioned her like poking you with it. That way. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
And then as a result, there's like this transformation both within and without. So that's the alchemy, the change that happens. So anyway, that just came to my mind. I'm working, as you know, I work a lot with the fairies. So yeah. And then there's, because of the Fae, and they're tied to Celtic mythology. Yeah, the whole maiden mother crone thing, like, and the Morrigan, she's a triple goddess herself. So yeah, there's a lot of that. It transfers over from pantheon to pantheon. So it's all cool how gods, I think, get adapted by, when cultures mingle, and yeah, they just get renamed or reinvented, and it's hard to track, but it's also, I love mythology.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so any other plans for Halloween?
Not so much, just the temple ritual, which I think is going to be, I'm just looking at my calendar, it would probably be on the 28th. It's usually the Saturday before.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I miss those rituals. Yeah, I miss Nanaimo for that. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. So we were talking about trying to tie in tarot cards and Halloween, but we didn't really do a good job of finding one. I know you commented on my blog when I recommended some good decks for Halloween.
Yeah.
Have you made any orders yet, or they're just sitting on your wish list?
They're sitting on my wish list.
Yeah. Which ones were they? The 2 ghost ones?
There was a vampire one, just because vampires are like with fairies. For me, it's vampires.
Yeah. And that vampire one, he did a fairy deck too, the same artist. And yeah, that vampire deck by Ian Daniels is just amazing. I haven't seen other than what I see online.
Yeah.
But everyone who's done like a review or anything, they talk about the book, and it's like, you've got to read the book. The book is just mind blowing. So I want to get my hands on it just to see what all the buzz is about.
Yeah, there was another one that I wrote down. Sure. Oh, I thought I put it in my Shadowlight business page, but I didn't. I think I just put it right on oh,
I want to get the zombie tarot. That one after there was one person who used it for my Hero's Journey challenge, and I think I kind of fell in love with it. And I'm not a zombie person, but it was just so kind of humorous. Like it was zombies with a sense of humor, and it was tarot. And I'm like, oh, I think maybe I need to have this in my collection. It's just too funny.
was that on the list?
Yeah, it was on the list. Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that. I'll have to take a look at that. Yeah, the reason I liked that vampire one is because it was sort of a prettier deck. Because a lot of there's one vampire deck I saw, and it almost had a manga feel to it, and I just didn't like the look of it.
Yes, I think I know the one you're talking about, and
It was almost like the vampire version of the Rider-Waite deck, kind of.
Oh,
I'm one of the few readers that I just don't like the look of the Rider-Waite deck.
oh, I like it. I just like it because of the history.
Yeah.
And it's the one I learned with, so
Oh, okay.
I'll always, I think, hold on to that one.
I like the size of it. I wish I could find a deck that I liked that was smaller. All my decks are huge.
Oh yeah, they seem to be making them bigger and bigger. It's like,
And they're great to look at, but shuffling them, I like when people say that they use whatever cards they drop, I drop half the deck.
yeah, I've actually been observing other people's shuffling methods, especially for the big decks. Like, let me see if I can get one out.
Well, I've got one here that's huge.
Yeah.
The Psychic Tarot of the Heart.
Okay, yeah.
This one, and this is just the book, so the cards are like this.
Yeah. Oh wow, they look bigger than this one.
It's pretty close. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah. But like, I mean, look how thick it is too. Like,
yeah,
it's like not only are they big cards, but then they're super thick. So I've seen people shuffle
pretty
like,
thick.
just doing. Yeah. Wow.
I actually haven't used it since I bought it because I don't know how to use it. It's a little bit different. It's got it does have 4 suits, but it's a little bit different, and it also has all the chakra cards as well.
Okay. Oh, is it the Psychic Tarot?
Yeah, the Psychic Tarot by John Holland.
Yes, I have it. I want to get rid of it actually.
Oh, really?
I just don't connect with it, so I was like.
Yeah. I haven't figured it out, but when I was, I was at Lobelia's looking at stuff, and I picked it up, and it almost like jumped at me, like it hit me in the chest with energy. So I thought, okay, apparently I need to buy this deck, and then I got it home, and I have no idea what to do with it.
Oh, isn't that funny? I guess I kind of feel that way. Like, this is the good tarot by Call It Fair and Read, and I've seen other readers, they brought it to events, and I was like, oh, I love it. And then, of course, she's always using it for her weekly readings. And I got it, but it is different. Like, it's not meant, it is and it isn't meant to be used as a regular tarot deck. Like, you certainly could.
Yeah, I don't think this one you're supposed to.
But it's just not a lot of symbols in it. So it's a little bit hard. Like, here's Messenger of Earth. It's like a lot of them, they're just figures. But they're really beautiful.
You're a little bit staticky again.
Oh no, I don't know how to fix that.
It might just be on my end.
Hopefully.
That one's a little bit hard to see in the light, but it's.
Because there's a glare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the colors though.
Am I still really staticky?
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's okay.
Okay, well, hopefully it'll fix itself, and I apologize to anyone who's watching. If anybody's watching, I see we have somebody watching. How is my voice coming through? Can you let me know if it sounds terrible?
I'm not sure if anyone on my page is watching.
Yeah, it just says there's one person watching, but they're not chatting, so hello, whoever you are. Some feedback.
Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Yeah, where were we? Okay, I apologize for my voice. Is it okay, like, you can still...
I can hear you.
Okay, I am so sorry. That's so weird. I don't know what happened. Okay, what was I going to ask you? So, what other decks are you using? I know you use Druidcraft.
Right now, yeah, I'm solely using the Druidcraft deck. I want to get really, really good at one deck, and then, at some point maybe move on to other ones. So I'll just show you a few few random ones of the Druid craft. Make sure there's a lot of nudity in this deck, so I'm just going to make sure that there's no nudity cards showing up. Just in case. Oh, yeah, no, can't show that one. So, like, for example, the Ace of Wands. This is a cool one.
Oh, yeah.
And even the back of them, I like the back. It's pretty. It's a pretty brown with, like, an embossed thing.
Oh, thank you, Artisan Studio. Yeah, they decided they hear the static, too.
Okay.
But I can still be heard.
Yeah.
I apologize for my mic. Oh, your back of the cards?
Sorry?
You were showing me the back of the Druid craft?
Sorry. Yeah. It's just
yeah. Oh, I like that deck. That was the deck you did a reading for me. And Venesa is an awesome reader. Even though she's a beginner, like there is a reason people have been telling her to do it. She really good. She did a great reading for me.
Thank you. Yeah, I found doing those ones. For those of you who don't know me, I can do through, like Ali does, through email or Facebook Messenger, and I find doing the email ones is sort of a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it takes a little bit longer, but at the same time, the reason it takes longer is because I can go through, I can really sit with the cards, and if I have to check my notes, because I'd rather look up a meaning or look up my notes for the meaning rather than just make something up and lie to the clients, because I've had, as someone who's had a lot of readings in my life, I can tell the difference between when someone is really getting messages and when they're just making stuff up to sound fun. And it drives me nuts.
Yeah, the more entertainer versus the I guess. Yeah.
If I'm paying, I'm not paying for entertainment, I'm paying for a reading, personally.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually I've had people walk out on me because they want the entertainer. I'm like, I don't do that. And they're like, well, then I'm not paying you. And I'm like, well, okay.
Wow, yeah, I haven't had that yet.
Yeah, it's funny. I guess, I don't know. People come in with these preconceived ideas of what a reader does. And then when I give my speech and my intro and I tell them what I do, they're like, well, that's not why I came in here.
Yeah.
Some people are like, oh, not what I was expecting, but let's do it anyway. And then others are just like, nope, grabs their wallet and walks out. I'm like, okay. It's only happened to me twice where two people were like, nope, ain't paying for that. And I'm like, all right, well, see ya. Have a good day. Yeah. What else did I want to ask you? What else do I want to talk about? So, as you're embarking on your tarot journey, oh, Artisan Studio said she's had that too. The experience of like people wanting entertainers, and it's just like, okay, well,
good to know that. Well, for me being a newbie, if they want to be entertained, I guess I can do that. I mean, if that's what they want, sure. I mean, it's easier, but it's just not as accurate.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's where I lose them, because I tell them that I'm like, I can do it, but it's not. I don't find it very accurate or very helpful.
No.
And then they start arguing with me. Like, oh well, I had another reader who told my future and was very accurate. And I'm like, well, nothing it can't be done. It's just not what I do. I mean, I usually, in every reading I do, there's like little hints and glimpses of like potential futures, but it's mostly like the big meaning is in the advice, right? Like, how do you get to that future you want? Not
right, and it depends on the spread too, because certain spreads are geared towards the future more than other spreads. I find at least some of my spreads are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're a spread user then. I love spreads. Like my mom is the kind of reader who she just like totally intuitive. Like she's just like, okay, that sounds like a 5-card question, or this sounds like a 3. You know, and she pulls cards. I'm like, I need structure.
Yeah, I also find the spread is good because I don't like people. This is gonna sound weird. I don't necessarily like them asking me the question before I lay out the cards, because sometimes what they want to hear isn't necessarily what the cards want to tell them. So this way, with the spread, I have every spread has a theme. So when they pick that spread, then I at least have a vague theme of what they're looking for.
Yeah, well, because it breaks up the question into smaller parts, right?
Yeah.
And so then you can really dig into that. That's what I love about spreads. Like my favorite one right now is the Star Wars spread.
Oh, really?
Cheesy, but it is actually, and I don't tell people that's what it is. I'm very careful about my words, and I'm like, okay, don't say the Force or the dark side, just rephrase and it works, and people like love it. So like, depending on who my client is, I might tell them that. I might tell them before, but I might tell them after too. And I'm like, just so you know, that was my Star Wars spread. And
so are you using all of your Geek spreads just without telling people?
Not often. It really depends on what their question is.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just like, okay, the best spread I know for that kind of question is, one of my geeky ones, and I'll just like tone down the geek. But it works. It's good. It's super fun. So yeah, I don't know if you have a spread off the top of your head that you want to share. I don't want to put you on the spot.
No, actually, my favorite spread to use, just because for some reason the readings tend to go well, is what I call Cycle of Growth. I can't remember if it was the one that I did for you or not. It's I found it online and I sort of tweaked it so that it made a little more sense to me. If I can find it. Yeah, so it's an 8-card spread, and it looks like an infinity symbol. So it starts with, like, the first card is your current issue, and then it goes into past thoughts, past emotions, past reaction, a new way of thinking, which that card's a little bit tricky. Sometimes it's advice, sometimes it's telling the future of how your thoughts are going to change. Then it goes into emotions, so new emotions based on this new way of thinking. And then it goes into act, don't react, which means advice on how to behave going forward. And then the last card is your new perspective. It's a really fun one.
I always like I used to hate past, present, future. Like anything that said the past, the present, I just kind of like, just put me off right away. But then I kind of rethought about it, and it's like, no, this is the past that you're bringing into the present.
Yeah.
And this is the present you need to either avoid this future outcome or to get to the future. So when I started rethinking how I thought about those past, present, future, then I started, I don't know, something clicked with me.
Yeah, that's why I like that spread, because it's sort of a different way of looking at it. I will say my least favorite spread, even though I can do it, but I hate the Celtic Cross.
Oh, yeah.
There's too many cards, and it's confusing. Although, again, I found I looked up another way of looking at it. Like, it was the way the cards were described. It was a way that sort of clicked for me a little bit better, but it's still not my favorite one to do.
It's the one I learned how to read with.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, I don't use it.
No, I keep it as an option for people who want it, but
hello, Creative Coffee. We have more people coming in. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, Artisan Studio said, like, they never, going back to our conversation about clients who want mediumship readings, they don't give you that info up front. They drop it on you when they get there.
Sorry, what do you mean?
Oh, I'm reading the comments.
Oh, okay.
There's somebody, Artisan Studios, was just saying that they don't tell you, because if you book a reading, it's nice to kind of have a pre-interview with them. It's difficult. I'm kind of working on that myself, how to make that process better. But yeah, she's saying that they don't tell you till they get there, and then they're either angry because I don't know. Yeah, it's true though. It can be frustrating. So I think that's why a lot of professional readers advise, like, do a screening or do a pre-interview to see if you're a good fit.
Yeah. See, most of my readings have been done at psychic fairs, so the people that are going there are going for a real reading, not just for entertainment.
Sure. Yes, I found that too, that they know what they're getting when they get there. But you can also have that discussion at the table too.
Yeah.
They'll feel people out and decide who's the best reader for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always amazes me too that they'll go and they'll see like 3 or 4 different readers in one day, and I'm like, wow, that would just be like overload for me.
I've done that. I've gone and got at psychic fairs like 2 readings. And one of them, it was funny because one of them told me what I wanted to hear and I knew it was wrong. And then the other person told me what was going to happen and they were like 100% accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I suppose if you went to see two different readers that had two very different approaches, or
yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, that would be okay. I can see doing that. But I also think of like the money.
Yeah, it's like, not a cheap day going to a psychic fair.
No, it's become every time I work at one now, I seem to come home with a new deck.
Oh no.
That's why I'm just calling it a tradition now. Oh, my traditional come home with a deck, make the money, buy a deck. Yeah. So what do you have any events coming up?
Not that I know of, not right now. I'm assuming they're because I do the psychic fairs at the Unity Hall, and I think last year there was one in February, so I don't know if they're going to be doing one in February this year or not, but as soon as I find out, I always post the information on my page well in advance.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I'm looking this way, it's because I'm reading the comments. So let me just go through them here. Creative Coffee, hello, Creative Coffee. Creative Coffee says less cards are better in a reading, or just at the moment. Yeah, less cards. Artisan Studio agrees. Yeah, I find the optimum it's like 5 to 8. Yeah, what I like to work with.
Cycle of Growth is 8, and I like it. I was doing I think it was a 5-card spread for a while, and it started off really good, but then it got a little bit stale. I needed just a few more cards to figure it out.
Yeah, do you use clarifier cards? Like if one card just isn't enough information, or you're drawing a blank, to do clarifier?
Sometimes what I'll do is I'll pull one more card just as a general overall thing, but that's usually if I'm really stuck.
Okay.
I am trying to sort of really learn the spreads I have. I want to really learn the foundation before I start adding extra stuff.
Yeah. So what are you working with? What is it that you're trying to develop right now? What skills? Or
a little bit of, even though it is supposed to be intuition, I do need to get the memory going a little bit, because there are certain cards that are like the minor arcana is really tricky. Like sometimes the 3s and 4s are a little bit tricky, and the what do you call it? The court cards are awful.
Artisan Studio decides she pulls from, I'm assuming it's a she. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't assume. But pulls from the bottom of the deck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I've heard that. I've heard actually people will do the reading, and then at the end they'll flip the deck over, and then the one that's on the bottom of the deck has some special meaning. I haven't done that myself, but I think the process is really neat.
I like that. Yeah, I might have to steal that.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, I just like trying new things. Like I said, we were talking about the shuffling methods, because these decks just seem to get bigger and fatter and harder to handle, so it's like learning new ways of shuffling them.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat. Have you ever had when like we talked about like decks kind of going stale, and so bringing in a new deck or starting to use a new deck, but have you ever had cards that change their meaning on you?
All the time.
Like I've had cards that for a while meant one thing, and then all of a sudden the cards start teaching me, and they're like, no, now I mean this. Like I've totally switched. Like I've had, especially Oracle cards, I find more than anything else. Like in our last chat, we were talking about how that horrible reading I had. I had to tell this woman she was like too conceited or too. It was awful. It was so awkward. Anyway, I had the card that I pulled. The first card was it's called Autumn Splendor. I don't know if anybody watching has the Enchanted Oracle by Jessica Galbraith. It's a fairy deck. I think there's only like 36 cards in the deck, but one of them is called Autumn Splendor, and it's kind of like, don't ruin a good moment by talking about yourself so much or being so self-centered, and like it's good to be proud, and it's good to have, and like be proud of your achievements and love yourself, but like tone it down. More modesty is in your best interest right now. And that's what the card used to me, and that's what it said, that's what it is in the book. But now the more it comes out, it's actually like something really exciting is going to happen or is happening, and it's all you're going to want to talk about because you just can't believe it. So it's like kind of turned from a more negative meaning into something more positive. So
Yeah.
that's come up the last times it's come up for me in readings.
I'll have that like on a regular basis. I'll be doing a reading and a card will come up, and I'll start to say what the traditional meaning is or what it normally means, and then something will stop me, and I'll say to the person, okay, normally this card means this, but for some reason right now it wants me to tell you something else.
Yeah,
it's almost day to day that the cards change meanings on me.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just intuition coming into play, where it's like, oh, today for this one instance, this is what this means. But I guess like you see like themes or recurring like almost permanent shifts.
I haven't seen that yet, but I haven't had a lot of I haven't done as many readings as you have yet.
Yeah, yeah. I'm actually it's surprising me. I mean, I've been reading professionally. Well, I mean, I read professionally for like 2 or 3 years, a long time ago, and then I quit for a really long time. So now that I started up again, like these are the memories that are fresh in my mind. Yeah. I don't remember all those years ago, but so it's been 2+ years, 2 and a bit years I've been reading professionally. I've probably done hundreds of readings in that time. Like, yeah, I think I do about 300 readings a year for clients.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So anyway, getting out there. Thankfully, I've only had like, my negative experiences are very few and far between.
Yeah, I've only had, at the psychic fairs, I've had a few that were mediocre. I've only had one reading that was really bad.
Someone's asking if you have a YouTube channel. No, she does not. I'm trying to convince her to have a YouTube channel. This is like I'm trying to bring her in slowly.
Yeah, I did make a few videos and post them on my page, and they're really bad.
Better. You will.
I look angry.
All of us who started, we were like really shy, and so this is, and like it's all very scripted. And hello, my name is Allison, and I read tarot. It's like it's really awkward, but you just like it starts to flow much more naturally, and you get.
I don't have any like editing software, so I had to, I have to do it all in one take. So if I mess something up, I have to redo it. So I only have about maybe 4 or 5 videos, and all of them took like 30 or 40 takes to make a 4-minute video.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm listening to you. You know what? You just need some editing software.
Yeah.
I just right now I'm only using Movie Maker. I don't know if anybody has any better suggestions, but Movie Maker is working. I can at least cut a lot of the ums and awkward pauses and get that out of there. I wish what I want, it would be nice to kind of have photographs that I can like stick up in the corner of cards rather than like my camera is not focusing very well. It's like some great photo editing software. But Movie Maker is working. It's free with Windows, and so it does the job. Yeah, it does. I don't know. I think the thing with making videos is you just gotta do it. Just so Venesa, people want to follow you. You have some potential followers already.
Cool. And I just started I went and finally bought a camera today, and I have an Instagram account, and I'm going to sort of jump on the Inktober bandwagon. An artist friend of mine, Josh Cully, was posting Inktober drawings. So I was thinking about doing a tarot version of taking photographs of cards with the different prompts. And
you should find, because Inktober is designed for artists.
Yeah.
The point of it is for artists to draw in ink, really fast, like one a day, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of an artist challenge. But if you go on, now that you're on Instagram,
I found one for November that looks interesting.
Yeah, there are some amazing tarot challenges out there. They're super fun. If anybody, I don't know if anybody following us right now does them, but I find them just super. You know what I love about them is that they're not ever questions that I would think to ask my cards myself. So being given the challenge, and then at the end of the month, I'm just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, I just learned a whole ton of stuff about myself that I didn't know I needed to know.
Yeah, that's the one difficult thing with the tarot challenges is I can't read for myself. At least not yet. Like I get a blank. So I like sort of the idea of, you know, there's a word prompt and then I show, well, this is, when I think of that word, this is the card that I think when that comes up. So whether it's a picture or the traditional meaning or something.
It is. Oh yeah. Artisan Studio said it is a great way to meet people. So you get to interact with people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a challenge. So if you struggle with reading for yourself, I would say do it anyway, or at least do it for the practice. Like, yeah. If you can't read for you, read for like a character in a book that you're reading.
Oh, okay.
You know? Like if you really struggle with that reading for yourself, then I would do that. Like, have a fictional person that you're reading for, because I've heard that as like a good exercise. So you're halfway through a book, so then do a reading for one of the characters and then see how the rest of the book plays out.
Oh, that's a neat idea.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I haven't done it myself, but I like the idea of it. Yeah, so she's on Instagram. She's also on Facebook. Shadowlight Tarot. I put the link below so you can follow her Facebook page, but we got to get her on YouTube. So show her encouragement.
I got to get all the software then and figure out how to do everything. I'm not very tech savvy.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what it is, and I can't fix my mic without like stopping the video and restarting. So I apologize for my terrible. It's weird. I don't know why it does this, because it happened when we were chatting the other day. So I don't know if it's just a Google Hangout issue, because it doesn't do that when I record my own videos. So I'm going to have to play with that a little bit. I'm so sorry that my mic sounds terrible. But what else? Do you have any questions, Vanessa? Is there anything like you wanted to ask me, or?
I was trying to think of any. I don't necessarily have any particular questions.
No. Do we want to pull some cards? There's only 3 people watching, so we could pull cards for people, and then we could just wrap it up after that. Anybody?
If the 3 people watching, if they have a particular deck that we talked about that they would like to have a card from?
Yeah, what do you guys think? I've got, what do I have right beside me? Like, what's handy at the moment? I've got
5 decks beside me right now.
I've got good tarot. I've got happy tarot.
That one's hilarious.
Isn't it fun? It's so cute. I love it. I've got my trusty Shadowscapes. Oh, they missed the deck chat. So yeah, we're kind of going through our decks right now. And then this is a deck that I don't use, but the Housewives Tarot. I think I brought it because I was talking about Zombie Tarot, and it's the same creator. So in the Housewives Tarot, they put it in a recipe box. The card comes in a recipe box. It's awesome. And the Zombie Tarot comes in an ammo box.
Nice.
I know.
I think I need the zombie deck just because it's funny.
Oh, Creative Coffee. Oh, good tarot. And then Vanessa will also draw cards for everybody as well. So you'll get one from each of us. So we'll start with, Artisan Studio, who wants good tarot.
I think I'll stick with the deck I've been using. For those of you who are just coming in, I use the Druidcraft deck. It was given to me by a friend, so I don't have the book, and I don't recall off the top of my head from Googling who created it, but it's a gorgeous deck.
Okay, so Artisan Studio, do you have a specific question? Is there something specific, or just a general?
See, even doing that, you shuffle better than I do.
Well, I don't know. I've had some practice, but they still fall all over the place.
I just dropped a handful.
General. Okay. And this card is like ready. It's like telling me to pop out. Okay.
I'll get to mine in a second here.
Okay. So Artisan Studio, I just pulled the Eight of Fire. I'm trying to like hold it up. No, I know, isn't it? It's like, whoo, pretty. So that's how I feel about every card in this deck. It just, yeah. Okay, let me just sit with this for a sec.
None of the cards are popping out at me.
I feel like
Oh, there we go.
I don't know what else more to say other than it feels like you're just like things might be piling up, or you just have a large to-do list, or there's lots to do. You have like, I don't know if there's traveling involved, but it feels like you're on the go, like go, go, go. And I don't know if you have the desire to slow down, or this kind of busyness is temporary. I'm just trying to see if I can get more out of it, but I feel like I'm trying to think of like advice to go with this. I don't know. All I'm just seeing is like this busyness, this like having to get to one place to another. It almost like feels like you got to be in two places at once, or there's not enough hours in the day. That's kind of how I'm picking up on that. And maybe like hopefully there's a rest in the future that you can slow down and play catch up. That's, I don't know. I don't know if that's resonating with you, but that's what I'm getting from the Eight of Fire here.
For me, and I'm on top of the panda, that color, is it actually a fairy or is it just a
it's like a Chinese woman with a fan.
Okay, so here it just looks like an orb, and to me the first thing that popped in my head was like a new beginning or potential, something creative blooming almost.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, but it's like there's a lot of preparation. There's something to do with like a lot of work to like get it going, so you feel really rushed. Yep, she's saying yep, totally.
Okay, good. It's funny, the card that when I was shuffling, a card that fell out of the deck was the Eight of Cups. So it's
another 8.
Another 8. And
so like,
is that good?
Yeah, I just want to say something about 8s for a sec. So like 8s to me definitely speak. I don't know, is this business related? Because teaching a class, she says she's teaching a class.
Yeah, I don't, in this one, this deck, or this card, to me, it talks about having to give something up in order to gain something new. So the picture is the 8 cups are sitting on the riverbank, and there's is that a water? There's a bit of a waterfall there, and then the person is climbing up a mountain to go somewhere else, and there's a bit of an eclipse going on in the background. So to me, it's more of giving up what is familiar in order to gain something needed and new, if that makes sense.
Makes sense to me. Does it make sense to you? Teaching a class which is new. She said the class is new.
Okay.
So there you go. Okay, and then who was next? Oh, right. Let's use the right.
I love the colors in this deck too. It's so pretty.
Shadowscapes for Creative Coffee and another Druid Craft. Okay, so Shadowscapes.
So they asked for another Druidcraft card?
This is for Creative Coffee.
Okay.
And Creative Coffee, do you want a general reading or is there something specific? You are welcome, Artisan Studio.
Dropping cards all over the place. That's another thing. I don't know if everyone heard that, but there's a lot of readers that they only use cards that they drop when they're shuffling. And I don't normally do that because, like I said, I drop half the deck as I'm shuffling.
Yeah, I kind of like take mental notes of what they were, unless it's like a huge pile or something.
Yes, for me it's usually a pile.
Vanessa, Creative Coffee says a word of encouragement for creative meeting, please.
Okay. A creative meeting.
Creative meeting. Okay, so I pulled the Nine of Pentacles reversal, just so you see it upright. I don't know how to focus. My camera hates focusing on cards for some reason. It makes me crazy. But what there is if there's this woman sitting at a piano that's part of this tree, there's kind of like this stained glass window in the tree with pentacles on it. But I pulled it reverse, and I would interpret that as, you know, when you're approaching this meeting, I feel like your ideas are important. Like, don't necessarily feel pressure to default to what other people are bringing to the table, that you have a certain niche. There's your specialty that is really important and is really valuable, and to remember to bring that to this meeting and make sure that your voice is heard, and make sure that what you get out of this meeting is in alignment with your sense of happiness. Like if you come out feeling like it didn't go well, or isn't what you were expecting, or wasn't in, you know, alignment with where you want to see things going, then I would kind of step back. But it's about pursuing your happiness, or like following your, you know, the things that make you happy, or your unique niche and talents that you can bring forward. So does that make sense? I hope I said that well.
Yeah, it made sense. I'm not sure how much sense my reading is going to make. I got the Four of Pentacles. I should also say, since Allie said that with her card reversed, I don't actually read reversed cards. I just go with whatever the meaning is at that time. And this is one of the cards that I 9 times out of 10 read completely opposite of the traditional meaning. Traditionally, the Four of Pentacles is about, you know, locking things away and saving, whereas for me, this card is always about unlocking. First time I saw it, I thought it was about unlocking potential, or unlocking with the Pentacles. So it's about not necessarily monetary value, but abundance in general. So I would say it almost maybe connected with Allie's, that if you follow Allie's advice, then it's almost telling me that if you follow that advice, it will unlock all potential possibilities.
Yeah. Total sense, she says.
Okay. So my card was just validating Allie's card.
That's really what happens. I don't know if you can go first. There's one more person. Is there anyone else who wants a reading before we say goodbye? Anyone? Going once? Going twice? Oh, you're welcome, Creative Coffee. Good luck with your meeting. Okay, no one else is speaking up.
Okay.
So I think we're just going to call it. So thank you so much, Vanessa, for chatting with me today. That was awesome. I love talking shop. I don't know, maybe we'll do this again. Maybe we'll make it a monthly thing, or maybe a seasonal thing. I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, no, it's fun. And I don't know when I'm going to see you in the flesh next, but probably not till the summer.
Probably not till, Pride or something.
Yeah. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you enjoyed our little chat. And until next time, stay shiny and keep sparkling. Bye, guys.
Bye.